Jesus Christ. When I tell you, this morning got away from me, darling, this morning got away from me. It is so incredible. I mean, literally, I was writing some content and I just looked up and it was like I was already over time, but I made it. I'm here. I'm so happy to be here. My gift to you today, today's topic is yielding to the unknown for wild growth. Yielding to the unknown. Oh my God. So, this feeds directly into what I talked about. Well, it pulls from some of the points that I made week before last when I talked about navigating intense emotions when you're in unknown territory, when you're making quantum leaps, when you are, you have a big goal that's outside of your comfort zone. Suddenly I just had a feeling, like a sense of that's underwhelming right there. So part of me is like, I don't want to lose my people. Another part of me is like, there is no losing. You're going to call in the people who you're meant to call in. What's happening now is advanced consciousness. I'm going to just say some things. This was not part of the plan, but here it is. 97-ish% of the world thinks the same way. Like, they might sort of have different feelings about things and all that, but 97%-ish of the world thinks the same way. Those of us who are changing things are among the 3%. And I know, we don't see that because it's like, we think we're just little people in our little worlds. But there are over 7 billion people on the planet and 97% of them think the same way. I'm going somewhere with this. Follow me. Here you are among the 3% that thinks totally different. That's perhaps you're radical in your approach. You have advanced consciousness. You were born coded with information to change things. You were built with a certain conviction, a certain will, a certain skill set, a certain intuitive intelligence, a certain ability to connect in. Like you were wired for this. And so as you are coming out, I'm going somewhere with this, follow me. As you're coming out, first of all, you gotta speak your language. You gotta speak the thing that you have that you know. Because you're among the 3%. You're here to change. The masses never change the 3%. The 3% change the masses, but it's a small collection of the 3% who really follow the thing that they're endowed with, right? And like, even if you don't create a $1 billion or a multi-7-figure business, maybe you just create a 7-figure. And then what happens is the people who you affect in that orbit are the ones who then take it to the next level and the next generation, right? See, this is much deeper than, I hope this is pain, it must be, than what I started with when I first started today's show. Yielding to the unknown for wild growth, right? This is yielding. So let me back it up. So first of all, the theme of this week is fighting without fighting. That's what I'm talking about all week, fighting without fighting. And side note, I have decided, and this is unknown for me, like I'm really leaning into this to see what's going to open up because of the intention and the energy behind it. I'm going to be on Instagram Live every weekday, starting today until March 18th, discussing the energetics of big money, discussing the energetics of big money in you, advanced consciousness, and more. And this is all related to, first of all, entrepreneurship, period. You're like who you are and what you're bringing forth, period. And then how that connects to the content that you're going to be learning if you enroll in the 5-Figure Clients for Melanin Messengers course. All right, so that's that. I haven't had a chance to really look at myself. Okay, so that's a side note. So find me on Instagram at Naima Singletary, at Naima Singletary, at Naima Singletary, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Paris time. Every weekday starting today until March 18th, discussing what I just said. At Naima Singletary. Okay, so let me come back to what I was discussing here. So yielding to the unknown is really it's so that you can have that experience that I just discussed. Okay. I'm not really sure what more to say about that. I feel like I need a question from you, because this is a doing thing. So I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. The how part, how to do. First of all, you just do it, but I want to get like the nuance of doing. Wow. So I'm gonna talk it through like this. So in my experience of myself and how I move, it's so internal. And so now it's like finding language to express what happens internally. When it's so signature to me, I feel like you need to go find what's signature to you. So first of all, what drives the thing is the desire. Like I used to teach a lot about desire, and it might be time for me to get back to that. So much information is coming in right now. Like integrate this. Like have you. So anyway, what even moves everything is the desire, like the true desire. Like, is my pictures? Sorry if I'm distracted. So as I'm sitting somewhere, writing things out, laying down, there's the desire. So for example, the desire for 5-figure clients for Melanin Messengers is to have the right people in there, for people to have like supernatural experiences, for people to like have these, oh my God, wow experiences that they're so happy about in the program. And for it to flow well, and for me to quantum in my leadership as a result, and for it to have this great impact on dozens of lives. Ooh, right. Ooh, ooh, shit. Oh, that's so wonderful. Oh, God. So do this for yourself. You tap into the true desire. And I have many desires. This is one. And it's like the decision, right? This is why I reward decisiveness. This is why I love decisiveness, because when you make a decision, okay, and it's like, it drives behavior. When you make a decision, it drives behavior. A true decision. So then it's like looking at the ways that this is going to be made manifest. The ways that, okay, take this action. And then there's a listening in there. There's the desire, and then there's the listening. Like, right? And talk out loud. Remember a couple weeks ago, I talked about you talking it out loud. And I talked about it in the context of you talking to somebody, but then I also talked about it before that. Get it out. Get it out. Don't just have it be running in here. Get it out. So you can be sitting, just start talking. Okay, so the desire is to have dozens of folks, and you just plug in yours, whatever the desire is, and it's like, wow, what's the best way for me to go about this? What would be the most efficient way, right? And this is like expansive thinking to even think about it correctly. And this is another reason why the course is so important, because when you start to identify a corrupt psyche, you start to see how you even think in small ways. Like you see how your mind is your own enemy because you think in these, like you don't even know how to ask an abundant question to get an abundant answer. And so it's like, okay, what is the most efficient, fun way? Like, how do I really want to go about this? Right? Like, who do I want to be a part of this? Like, what would make this interesting? What would make this different? What could I do that would really stretch me in this process? So it's not even just about the end game, it's about the entire experience in the process, right? And really talking it out like that, and then like seeing what comes through and makes you go, oh my God, and write it down, right? See, this is creativity. Like, this is what happens for me a lot of times. And then so it's like, okay, and this might not do anything for you. I mean, look, that's what I mean by your signature way, right? You try it out, see if it works for you, right? This is why I keep talking about, like, we're going to be talking about this inside the course, signature leadership. Leadership from, like, it's so signature. And this is why I'm going to be talking more about advanced consciousness and what that even looks like. Because what I'm talking about here is even very human. Like, it's it's like, this is what is taught to the masses. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, for me, like, I'm just talk for myself right now. I'm always translating in my communication. And sometimes I wonder how much of a disservice I'm doing by translating. When I say translating, I mean I get information. Okay, I have access. I have wild, otherworldly access. And what I do is then I translate it and I put it on paper, or I say it here in a way that I think people will be able to get it. Because I think if I say it in the way that I really get it, people won't get it. But then I'm like, the people who are meant to get it will get it if you give it in the purest form. And then the other ones either will leave or they'll mature. So that's my internal thing. And so it's a decision that I have not yet made about if I'm meant to talk in this purest form. It's like wild. It's way out there. Like, and frankly, the success that I have achieved to this point has been all based on translating. And so it's like, sometimes I was watching T.D. Jakes, and I just felt such, I was so grateful that I wasn't the only one who felt like that. But he talked about how sometimes he'll get on stage and like he'll be in the spirit and he'll be talking and sharing and he'll be transparent and everything. He said then he'll be on his way home and thinking about what he said when he was preaching and be like, feeling like he overshared, basically. Feeling like he overshared. And I have felt like that many a time. I'm kind of feeling like that now, actually. But it's like, gosh, I want people to really know. Like, I don't know anybody who talks like me. Like, I don't know anybody who is as transparent as me, anybody who is, and people who have been following me for years know. Like, I used to be like writing and on camera talking about sucking dick, you know, healing and pain and trauma and like going into detail and story and like, so this is nothing new for me. It's not that. It's not even, so right, and all of that is human stuff still. That's human stuff, right? I'm talking about the content that I get from other dimensions. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, maybe there could be another, like, I don't know, private something that, you know, it's for people who have proven that they even can communicate at that realm. It's also why I stay away from most people, because I'm not going to translate here and then go out here with, you know, people in every day and then have to do the translating again with people who are not in my actual business world. Did I just go off on a tangent? I just went off on a super tangent. So let me wrap up. What the example that I just gave, I'm at 16 minutes. At the example that I just gave, try that. See if that works for you. The point is, you find your signature way to root in and yield into your own unknown. I mean, it's like, you know, when I think about my brain keeps getting pulled somewhere else. Lord have mercy. Oh God. Hello. Push it. Push it good. I'm on the show. What? So do that. I gotta go. I'm finished. I'll be back here tomorrow. I'm gonna be on Instagram at 9:30, which is in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna be on Instagram Live. You can find me at Naima Singletary. Maybe I'll continue where I leave off here, or maybe I'll start with the next incoming. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.